What is up, friends and fans? And here we are back in Final Fantasy XIV. Here with blah 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 blah. Okay, start all over. Blah 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 blah. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Here we are in post Heavensward now. I'm going to say episode 1 rather than saying episode 33 of Heavensward because I've decided to just separate the post content into basically a new. Not a new series, but just like a new playlist. So, yeah, there's that thing. So, we're going to go ahead and get right into it. If I can move the damn... screw that shit. Alright. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk Alpha Node right here. After long years of estrangement, Ishgard rejoins her sister nations in the Alliance. Words cannot well express my joy. None of this would have been possible without you, my friend. Change is coming to Eorzea. Though it will inevitably bring with it a measure of upheaval, with hard work, peace, and prosperity are sure to follow. And yet, even if we look forward to the coming of a new age, we must needs be wary of old threats. The lords of Garlemald have not relinquished their claim upon Eorzea, and we shall be forced to contend with them again ere long. And then there is the matter of the comrade Estinian, claimed body and soul by Nidhogg. If there is a way to rescue him, we must find it. Suffice to say, the path ahead holds no shortage of challenges, but together we shall overcome them. Oh yay, food. Just what I need, food. An uncertain future. Fortuitous timing as always, Kiara. Tatsuru was about to brief me on the search of our missing comrades. If you would be so kind, then. Absolutely. You'll be pleased to hear that Raoul and his men have been making excellent progress. You remember how Fleming helped me to escape the Crystal Braves in Limsa Laminsa, only to then disappear? Well, according to Raoul, she crept aboard a ship bound for Rad's at Hand, where she's been hiding ever since. He assures me that it won't be long before we're reunited. As for Ida and Papalimo, the remains of their link pearls have been found, and in Pearl Lane of all places. Rael thinks they must have dropped them after escaping from the Royal Promenade. Yes, that would make sense. They could not risk being They could not risk being eavesdropped upon by our betrayers. We're all but certain they fled to the city shortly after, though we still don't have a clue where they went. I see. And what of Thancred and Nymphilia? I'm afraid I have nothing new to share about those two, but it's not all doom and gloom. The good news is we've enlisted the service of a Charlinian scholar, one of the students of Baldessian, to aid in the search, who should be arriving any day now. One of the students, you say? I should very much like to meet this scholar, if time permits. But first we must attend to a more pressing matter. Sarah Aramaic has summoned the two of us to a private audience. The messenger did not specify what he wished to discuss, only that it was urgent. Assuming you have no objections, Kiara, I suggest we proceed to the congregation forthwith. And mayhap we can meet with the scholar afterwards. Agreed? In that case, I think I'll return to the Forgotten Knights for now. Things are liable to fall apart if I'm gone too long, you know. Alright, that's Forgotten Knight. Boom. Boom. Huh. A little bit of lag there. It's taking some time to even load. That's weird. Usually it's pretty instant. Alrighty, let's go in. The Lord Commander is within. Pray proceed, miss.
Thank you for coming. I wish to speak with you both in a place where privacy was assured.
We quite understand. What was it that you wished to discuss?
With my father's passing, the seat of the Archbishop lies vacant. And so, in accordance with canon law, I have assumed his responsibilities. I should stress that this is a temporary measure. It was never intended that the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights serve in this capacity indefinitely. Quite the opposite. The statutes specify that I should surrender my powers as soon as a conclave of the senior clergy and the high houses have named a new archbishop. But in light of recent events, that would not seem appropriate.
I confess I did not expect you to divulge quite so much quite so soon. The details of the Archbishop's plans, perhaps, but the true origin of the war and all it entails?
I too had concerns. But when the Warrior of Light is witnessed returning to the capital upon the back of a dragon, one's options are rather limited. Mayhap I could have concealed certain details, but for how long? And at what risk? Should the truth have come to light in the meantime, how would the people have viewed my silence? After 1,000 years of lies and secrecy, I could not well abuse their trust and hope to be believed. The time for deception has passed. I only wish the people agreed. That some would deny the truth I had anticipated, but not this many. And among the few who acknowledged that my father had to be stopped, no small number question our methods.
If they suspect a coup, it will not be long before some turn to violence.
It has already begun, and that on both sides. Men and women of the cloth are being harassed in the streets. Some have even been assaulted in the Broom. Hilda and her people have formed a watch to help us maintain order. But such measures will not prevent the unrest from spreading.
For all our talk of peace, the people remain frightened and confused. For their sake, we must bring the Dragonsong War to a definitive end.
And we should be glad to help you, Sir Emmerich. But what precisely would you have us do?
We wish to treat with the dragons of Annex Shrine. To that end, I would trouble you for an escort and an introduction.
Annex Shrine? You would speak with Vidofnir then?
We must needs open a dialogue between our peoples. Acting as my representative, Lucia will extend an invitation to their leader, that she might visit us here in Ishgard. Were she still with us, I would of course have beseeched Isel's assistance in this matter. But as she is not, I must ask that you aid us in her stead. Will you do us this favor? Thank you, my friends. Lucia, I leave the rest to you.
In the wake of the Archbishop's fall, the nation of Ishgard trembled, the faith of her people shaken to its very core. For 1,000 years had they fought and died, certain of the justice of their cause, only to be told that their holy war was born of the sins of their forefathers. What then for those brave men and women, thus stripped of their righteousness but to despair, to deny the truth and decry its speakers? And what then for those whom they defamed but to hope on, to have faith in a brighter tomorrow? tomorrow in which man and dragon might live together in harmony, then as distant as the very stars in the heavens. Yet while we dared to hope, deep within his lair the enemy lay, gathering his strength. Nidhogg, now possessed of his 2 eyes and the body of the Azure Dragoon, prizes to which he had laid claim at the very hour of the hero's triumph. As desperately as we sought the solace of peace, the great worm craved the misery of war. Nor was he alone in his misbegotten desire.
Alright, speak with Lucia. Where's Lucia? There she is, right there. I know little of the lands that these dragons call home. This XIV, had you not agreed to escort me, would becoming journey seem a far more daunting prospect. I confess I myself once shuddered at the thought of it. Yet even the longest journey begins with the first step, does it not? But ere we set forth, Kiara and I must inform our comrade of our plans. Very well. I shall see to my preparations. Then let us go and bid farewell to Tataru, Kiara. Yeah, because we can't forget to say goodbye to all Tataru. Where is the little munchkin? In here? There you are. Hi, Tataru. So what was your secret meeting all about? I'm all ears. Well, it wouldn't be a secret if I told you, which apparently I'm going to tell you anyways. A diplomatic mission to XIV, you say. Well, I suppose that does take precedence. But should your meeting with Vifnir happen to end early, you might consider rendezvousing with Y'shtola in Idleshire. She'll be there to receive our guest. Don't get me wrong, your meeting with the dragons is terribly important and everything, but the scholar just happens to be... Time permitting, as I said, we shall endeavor to join Y'shtola, but if we cannot, pray pass on our regards. Let us be off, Kiara. We have kept the first commander waiting long enough. Alright, let's go, let's go, let's go. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Alright, Lucia, we're ready. You're ready then? Good, so am I. I just said I was ready. I guess that one. Why not? Probably never going to use it. If you and Master Anfinn would be so kind as to lead the way. Oh, whoop. I thought the thing was above right here. The path is long but known to us. From Falcon's Nest we shall cross western highlands and make for Trailfeather and the Devarian forelands. There we can stop and replenish our supplies. Questions? If not, then the stables await. That's why we teleport. I always imagined the first time I set foot upon Dravarnian soil would be at the head of an army, and here I am ready to treat with brothers and sisters of mine enemies. Full well do I know how difficult it can be to set aside the past, though it was I who first proposed recruiting Ysael to our cause. I questioned the wisdom of my words, and as soon as I had uttered them, for a long time after that, here was a woman with blood of innocence on her hands, men, women, children, all slain in the name of the impeccable Lady Iceheart. Yet she acknowledged her misdeeds and agreed to join us in common cause. At our side, she fought in service to protect the greater good, even unto her dying breath. And while that does not absolve her of her sins, I hope one day she will be remembered not merely as a heretic, but as a misguided soul who dreamt of peace. You ask much, Master Alphinaud, yet who can say what might come to the pass, should our negotiations bear fruit? Yes, of course. We must press on the Annex Treen. If you follow me... Okay. Now where I go. I can't remember. Is she above or below? I think she's below the crystal. Or above. Maybe above? Up here? Oh my god, this dragon's too big. I can't see anything. Oh, there we go. No? Oh yeah, there it is. There's, what her name? Can't remember how to pronounce it. Thou art welcome here, friends of Ysael. But this one I do not know. Pray forgive us this unannounced visit, Vidnafir. May I present to you Lucia, first commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard, and our trusted friend. It is an honor to meet you, Vidnir. I am come as an envoy of Sir Ermek, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights and acting leader of the Holy See. Indeed, you may speak, knight. For 1,000 years, men and dragon have been locked in an endless cycle of bloodshed and sorrow. To our shame, we long believed your kin to be the architects of this war, but now we know the truth. That King Thoradin and his Knights 12 did willfully betray and murder the great Rim Ratsoker, shattering the peace between our peoples. For 1,000 years, our leaders conspired to conceal the truth, a truth which was to last bared by the Warrior of Light, the Azure Dragoon, and Ysael. Alas, a deception of intriguingly wrought cannot be undone in a moment, and our people labor to accept the truth. After an eternity of war, who would dare to dream that peace could be within our grasp? Yet dream we must, as Ysael once did, and we must make that dream a reality as she could not. We humbly beseech you, Vidnir, join hands with us in friendship once more before the eyes of the people in Ishgard. A most unexpected invitation. I have heard your request, knight. However, I cannot yet give you my answer. May I ask why? The matter concerneth my sire. He must needs be consulted. Moreover, the Nath grow bold, even as they did before, and I would not leave my people at the mercy of the swarm. Then we will wait. After 1,000 years of war, we shall not give up on peace for want of patience. How, fear not, knight, thou shalt have mine answer within thy lifetime. So soon? My humble thanks. I shall bear your words to my lord forthwith, until we meet again. Given the circumstances, I would say that went rather well. To be frank, I am surprised our proposal was not rejected outright. Whether aught will come of it remains to be seen, however. Mayhap I should take this opportunity to speak with some of the other dragons. But you need not wait for me. The return journey holds no fears for me now. Well, if you have no further need of our services, we shall continue on to the Charlinian. We hope of welcome a scholar who has agreed to aid us in the search for our missing comrades. Then I pray for your journey is as swift and as uneventful as ours was. And thank you again for sparing the time to assist us, even when such grave matters remain unresolved. I can think of no greater matter than a 1,000-year war, one which our friends gave their life to see ended. Suffice it to say, I would wrongly make 1,000 such journeys to ensure that their sacrifice was not in vain. Oh, that I have my doubt, Master Master Alphanod. I only hope that the fates will not hold you to our word. To your word. There I go, mispronouncing stuff again. So it would seem we have time to greet our scholar after all. How delightful. I shall be in interest to see what she means to go about finding Minfilia and Thancred. I can only assume she is privy to some new investigative technique. In any event, our first order of business is to rendezvous with Ishtola in Idleshire. Wait, why can't I fly here? Did I not unlock everything over here? Crap. That's not good. Kiara, it's good to see you, I confess. I had assumed your business in Anixtrine would detain you longer. Did your meeting with Vimir go well? As well as can be expected, she must discuss Sir Emmerich's proposal with Rasvelger, of course, but she seemed admirable to the suggestion. What of our Shalarian guest? Has she arrived yet? She has, but when I explained to that she would be joining us, she asked if she might use one of the intervening time to explore. I agreed to meet her outside the Fourth Ridge. We should be on our way. No, I have everything, so I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm in a city or something. I don't know. I mean, that might be why. But it's just right here, so no need to fly or do anything.
I'm terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
You need not apologize. We arrived but a moment ago ourselves. Pray, allow me to introduce Kryle, who has recently come from the Sharlayan motherland. She has generously offered to assist us.
Oh, please, think nothing of it. A trip to Eorzea was long overdue. You must be the Warrior of Light. Yes, you certainly do look the part. A pleasure to meet you at last, miss. And who is that I spy but young Alphonse Levieux himself? I dare say someone's grown an ilm or two in my absence. Or are those lifts in your boots?
Miss Kryle and I met at the Studium years ago. I shall forever be indebted to her for her sage guidance.
It was no small task keeping him out of trouble, believe you me. The youngest ever to enter the studium, him and his sister, 11-year-old prodigies. Suffice it to say, social graces were not among his list of talents. Striding up to his seniors on his first day, head held high. What was it he said again?
Thank you, Kryl.
For what? I haven't finished yet. Would you care to attempt a more dexterous deflection?
Mayhap we should save this delightful conversation for a more fitting occasion, when pressing matters do not demand our undivided attention.
A bit much, but better. I can tell you have been putting your skills to use here in Eorzea. Henceforth, I trust you will dazzle me with your eloquence at the first time of asking. Right, on to more pressing matters. Finding Minfilia and the other missing scions.
I gather you have new information to share with us.
A new approach, actually. Tataru recounted the tale of your escape, and it gave me an idea. Simply put, assuming Thancred left some manner of trail when you whisked him away, as is almost always the case with teleportation magics, I am confident I can find and follow it.
Then what are you waiting for?
The wherewithal to do it. The fact is, my abilities aren't quite up to the task. Not in themselves, anyway. If I had Master Matoya's crystal eye, on the other hand...
Then let us all call on her forthwith. I think it best that you explain your plan to her in person.
Alright everybody, I'm going to go ahead and end it right here. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Please make sure you ring that little bell to get notified when all the latest uploads are released. Please be sure also to follow me on social media. Details are in the description below. And with that being said, I will see you all in the next one.